What up, people? It's your boy, Master Chudy out here with another comic review. So we got another Joker War tie-in, Batgirl number 49, penultimate issue before Batgirl is over. Um, and I'm getting the feeling that they're kind of implying that Barbara Gordon may quit being a vigilante. But that's neither here nor there. Though we see in the last issue, which is like Batgirl's continuity is kind of all over the place with this Joker War continuity, basically. First, we thought that when she met with the Joker, that seemed odd, but then, of course, it made sense because it was resolved, and now we're seeing this. Many deaths of Batgirl, so let's get to it. Da-da-da-da-da. So we see Gotham now. See this one person right here cutting the hair of some redhead, and he's like saying, "Oh, we all have someone like that in our lives, someone duplicitous. I say, just try to manage as best as you can." News alert, Barbara Gordon. The cut and color is going to suit you really well. Hello, there's a classic beauty. So he dresses this chick up as a Batgirl, the mass murderer, and kills her. It's like, you look just at just one more adjustment to make to you, and he kills her. And my Batgirl, basically. And we just see this guy earlier was saying, "I figured you'd have some insight, Gordon. I was already on my way, Bullock, but I appreciate the call. Of course you were. Bats are your thing." It's like, poor girl. Let's see who she is. So that's Batgirl's real identity. And we just see Barbara Gordon managed to see all this, and she's like, "Well, this is surreal." And they're just trying to figure out, both James and Bullock trying to figure out who she is. It's like it doesn't really matter. Her time was up, end of an era. Even though I don't like them bats, it's sad. We disagreed on methods at times, but Batgirl did her part for Gotham. She'll be missed. But of course, that's not Batgirl. So who is she? Like, who wants me dead? So she's going around saying that it wasn't a cosplayer like this law in Gotham Square. Why was someone posing as Batgirl? Why was she murdered posing as Batgirl? Or worse, was the costume put on her later to get my attention? Is the Joker still toying with me? So she still thinks that, you know, the Joker's trying to mess with her. And everybody's out here paying their respects to her. You got Robin here, you got Batman here, you got the Batgirl here. This looks like an Hour Man thing, but everybody's just shocked, basically. Let me just see, Frankie, thanks for checking. I don't know who that girl is. I'm going to lie low for a while, so she decides to take a break. It's like James, she sees her brother. It's like saying, "James, what are you doing here?" "I just had to make sure my sister was okay after I saw on the news. Batgirl is not Marley Evans, you know that." It's like, "I know. You're walking again. I'm glad I was here to help." And she's like saying, "One good turn doesn't make a relationship make." And the guy's still trying. It's like, "I'll always be your brother." "I know. I can't ever forget that." It's like, "I know your secrets. You won't let me in. Being infected changed Dad. We should be closer, but we're not. I can't be in this family if I'm being pushed away." And she's like saying, "Hey, this is as good as it's going to get between us. Let that be enough. Go home, James." And he's like saying, but you know what Dad always says, Babs, Gordons don't give up, so issue. So we see that it's like saying first thing, get my hands on the case file over at GCPD and find out what I know about Marley Evans. And it's like, then she's listening on the radio, and everybody's trying to honor this girl. It's like who would have guessed that Superman was Clark Kent? We were Bendis. It's like, but it doesn't track. But there it is. Everybody's talking on the radio, talking about how she was a party girl, how she might have been a dominatrix. Meanwhile, James is like saying, "Thanks for letting me know. I'm on my way, Bullock." Anyway, Gotham's gonna Gotham. No matter who's in charge, the city slides back to the old regular corruption. Then we just see they find another Batgirl, another redhead, and Gordon's like, "Another one? All is not what it seems. Good news, maybe Batgirl's not dead after all. Bad news, we've got a killer on our hands. I keep this from the press for now. It's almost like you know how to do my job." And we just see one guy, this one chick, redhead again. Obviously, she's trying to say, "Hey, I'm a little wonky. I do need help." And so they try to help her out. And, she's saying, "I'm glad I ran into you." Guess it's your lucky night. Play your cards right, and I can get you lucky. It's like most guys I go home with have their hands all over me as soon as we're in the door. And he's like, I'm not most guys. Wait, put this on for me. Oh, I see you got a bad cake. Sure, I'll play along. And we all know what's going to happen. So meanwhile, redheads are being killed. It's like see if there are any matches in the database. Going back a bunch of years, 5 redheads killed, but 3 in the last year, there's been an uptick. Seems connected. If you just see, of course, there's another Batgirl dead. It's like I think I have a connection. I'll meet you there. Just see, same costume, killer consistent, fixated. Cause of death varies. This one was run off a building. They're experimenting. Notice the meticulous attention to the hair and the other details. They're all natural redheads. And you just see, so he or she's got a specific target. So meanwhile, Congressman Alejo's office, I have to help Barbie, but she doesn't want me. For the killer killing redheads is personal. You just see, hey Babs, this is Jason right here. So I just want to say congrats on the environmental award. It's like a fluff award. You could have come to the lunch, Jason. It's like I know you wanted some space ever since your hospital stay. Yeah, I've got a whole thing with my implant to talk about later. I get that. It's like let me walk you out. So basically, it's like I tried to figure out this Batgirl thing. Yes, I still hate her, but it's weird. I still feel confused about her being dead. It's like I didn't even think about how this might affect Jason, her flame. So Jason, I'm not the right person to talk about this, but I bet if I asked her who to talk to, she'd say to talk to you. Batgirl threw you off a building, and it's tied up with a lot of personal stuff for me. And Jesse, of course, I'm digging into the core of our problem. Me, you, and your dad. And you just see um, Barbara meets her dad and is saying, "Was that Jason Bard? He's my coworker. I never hug colleagues I didn't like. Just what I needed." Her dad said, "Babs, I think you should move back home. I don't want you living alone." It's like I don't need you or James checking up on me like we're one happy family. It's like James, he's different, that's for sure. But I can't tell why he's focused on reuniting. Why now? It's like maybe you and he could work out your stuff and keep me out of it. And you just see, it's like, look, I've been following a case. This is more than Batgirl being dead. You just see you're not a cop anymore. I was like, well, once a cop, always a cop. You should know that. I don't know, but I've adjusted to that reality because he didn't let me join the academy. It's like the killer is targeting Redhead Spot, but there have been 3 dead Batgirls so far. It's like what? That hasn't been on the news. The GCPD doesn't tip its hand when dealing with a possible serial killer. You fit the profile on the victims. I'm worried you're next. Come home. And Barbara is like, and we know Barbara is like not having it, and she this is where she looks kind of arrogant. And this is where I have been praising Castellucci, but sometimes Barbara before would be empathetic to her father being worried about her well-being, especially after what happened to him being infected. And, it's like saying, "I can keep myself safe better than you can, Dad." Especially after what you almost did to Gotham. That's a low blow. You just see, we're not done, Babs. Yes, we are. Thanks for the info's sake. You see, there's Dad. He's worried about Barbara like I am. There she is, your sister. It's okay, James, and Dad's got it under control. He'll protect her. You can go home, James. And you just see Babs, open the door. I know you're there. And you just see she's gone. She was saying, poor Dad, though. He doesn't know all the Gordon family secrets that he thinks he does. It's not your problem, James. Mom's the word. Promise is a promise. So James is acting, weird. And if we don't know, well. Meanwhile, Barbara decides to follow up on the lead. All the redheads been killed. They're all around 28 to 35. Massage therapist, a school teacher, a bus driver, a bartender. She's trying to dig deeper. It's like a con artist, a dominatrix, a burlesque dancer, a big mist, and a drug maker. What's the connection to me? Just saying, is it that they leave double lives like I do? It's like I think so. And you just see, it's like it can't be. Everyone leads double lives. We all wear different masks depending on who we're with. And this is where Castellucci, gets better with her writing. Or are these women dressing up as Batgirl and someone's trying to kill Batgirl and getting it wrong every time or worse? They dress the women as Batgirl after because of some slick twisted fantasy. Either way, I'm running out of time. I have to get to them before to the next victim. First of all, the rule of detectiving. Follow the clues, so she decides to follow the clues. So she goes to the murder site of each of the victims. It's like, and she noticed that they were all seen with a man of the same build. All the Batgirl murders were in the radius of around one neighborhood. And you see the circle? The killer thinks the kills are scattered, but sometimes the whole is a random pattern leaves of the thing you're looking for. So she manages to find the place, and they let her hair smell like a man with no friends who lives here. Bingo. A board dedicated to Batgirl. So meanwhile, she finds James. It's like, James, Babs, what are you doing here? It's like, I live here. This is my apartment. And it's like, you? And it's like you bat. And she's not saying, you bastard. They should lock you up and throw me the key. Talk. Why have you been killing redheads and just the mothers me? It's like, I'm not. I swear. I'm trying to protect you, Babs. And I'm just like, then what's all this? I'm trying to follow clues because someone is killing backers, and if I don't find them first, you might. The thought of seeing the next body turning up, it's like it being you. It's like, you're the best of the Gordons. I've been collecting evidence, going to all the crime scenes, and we just see it's like, oh, he's not lying. He's saying what Dad said and doing what I did. Typical Gordon. So it's like everything you did violates like 1 million parole conditions for you. To protect my sister, I'm willing to risk it all. I pieced something together. The victims all have double lives like you do. If you line up all the murders from now and before with the redheads, they form a bat. It's like, but the point of the tail is missing, see? It's like, I missed that. You just see, look, I think they're going to strike here at the lighthouse. You just see, say, you stay here. You've helped enough. And James, thank you. It's like, no, Batgirl. No, thank you, Batgirl. So I don't know. I don't get it. But just see, this is my last point on the map. Now we wait for the killer to strike. So he recognized. So James is also here. So all the Gordons are together. And we just see James. Oh God, it can't be him. You just see. You just see James. Like, why did you do this? All the red-headed women, the Batgirl costumes. What are you talking about? We are the redhead killer. Surprise. Wait. No, no, no. I've been killing them for you. This hatred you have so deep inside for Batgirl. I did something about it for you, James. Jesse Jesse James is, I think he's having a two-faced moment. It's like, why do you hate Batgirl so much? Because I'm so much better. But I see Barbara and all that she's done, and I feel this fire. Should I kill your sister too? It's like, no. I can handle how much Dad loves Babs. It's always been that way. But then Batgirl came on the scene, and you were jealous of that little attention he had left from Barbara and was now being given. It's like, and you just see there's two of him. I just need to get him to calm down. I can bring him to Arkham. So he has a split personality, basically. Jesse, you do know, say, he's basically, you do get, why do you get to be a hero? I'm smarter, I'm stronger, more capable, but you have his respect and his love with everything, every single thing you do. It's like, wait, is your sister Batgirl? Judge, if I had known, I wouldn't have done those terrible things to those women. It's like, Batgirl, at last we meet for real. I've been killing to meet you. You are the reason I can't thrive. You are the cancer I need to cut out of my life so that I can be the one that gets to shine. Sake, you know who I am, James. I'm your sister and I love you. Now get back from the ledge and we can figure this out together with Dad too. It's like Barbara Gordon, Batgirl. Wow. Babs, I've been getting better, but there's a shadow that lives inside me. He's getting bigger and I can't control him anymore. It's like saying we all live with shadow of self, James. James, I need you to listen to my voice. Stay here. I'm with you. It's like, Babs, there's only one way to give our family the peace I so desperately want to give it. I know what I need to do. I'm not afraid anymore. It's like it's like, no, James, like, come back. It's like, I know you don't believe me, but I love you. And James jumps off. And Gordon sees him, and that's messed up. And then we just see that, this is very similar to a Batman the Animated Series where Barbara goes through Scarecrow fear toxin where she dies and then Batman gets blamed by Gordon. But just I once had a brother who was complicated and messy. I hate him so much I wanted him to die, and now it's like he's gone. It's like he's really gone, and then he just going like, I blame you for this, Batgirl. Don't move, Batgirl. I'm placing you under arrest for manslaughter. You just see her disappear. It's like, how could I ever explain to him what happened? Where do I even begin? I can't. It's over. You just see I give up. Then we just see the last issue, of course. I think I'll stop it here. Yeah, I'll stop it here because that pretty much accentuates what has happened. It looks like Barbara has, given up. Now, this is I don't know whether I would call this a Joker tie-in because, for all intents and purposes, this seems like an aftermath book of the Joker War. Maybe that was its purpose. I don't know, but we'll see in the last issue. But I actually liked it. Give this an 8.5 out of 10. Castellucci, despite her issues with the Furies book, can write very well. Maybe it's because of the predetermined course of action with the Joker War, but she has great potential. I will say that. So, thank y'all for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit the notifications to make sure you're notified. And comment below to give me your opinions. Once again, I do these reviews for you, the people, because I want to discuss good comics and get your views on them. Thank y'all for watching, and I should have more videos later today. Peace.